Radio 98.5 FM. We present Mining and Mining Communities, Benefits, Challenges, and Corporate Responsibilities as we future. Ibrahim Sati Kamara, Director of Communication and Community Affairs for National Mineral Agency. Esther Finda Kande, ED Women on Mining and Extractive. Airing live on Talk Radio 98.5 FM, on All Out Radio 92.9 FM, Amza Radio 96.9 FM, and Top Radio 103.7 FM. Don't forget to be part of this discussion on Sunday at 7 p.m. To talk, get the facts, get to talk. This week on We Economy at Talk Radio 98.5 FM, we present Mining and Mining Communities, Benefits, Challenges, and Corporate Responsibilities as we future. Ibrahim Sati Kamara, Director of Communication and Community Affairs for National Mineral Agency. Esther Finda Kande, ED Women on Mining and Extractive. Airing live on Talk Radio 98.5 FM, on All Out Radio 92.9 FM, Amza Radio 96.9 FM, and Top Radio 103.7 FM. Don't forget to be part of this discussion on Sunday at 7 p.m. To talk, get the facts, get to talk.
Alright, family Muna, welcome back. We apologize for that intermittent break we've been for take. And if you just join in, the episode TV they talk about mining and mining communities, them waiting at the benefits them way communities then they get from mining and waiting at the challenges within they face and how these mining companies them they deliver on and corporate social responsibilities them for help the citizens them and the communities where they close to the mining sites. We've been they talk to Mr. Sati Kamara. You've been the tell Famble them how we they literally monitor, how on they monitor and regulate mining activities them in the country. Can continue from there?
Yeah, Famble them. Sorry we get for that short interruption there. But as I've been they say, just we get different ways them how they monitor. I mean, already don't explain in general terms how they monitor. That is, one, we get regional offices, then we get 274 mines monitors scattered across the country, companies and they report to we, etc. Now, specifically for the topic of the ASO today, how would they monitor the relationship between mining companies and the communities the way they operate? First of all, the waiting the law require the relationship they start even from the time where the mining companies then they come to this country. Because we na the enemy not they give license to any mining company if it not show we say they don't own the community, they don't engage with the community people then, they don't get waiting and call the right to use the land. So we can guide that process when a new investor come. We can act as a bridge between the investor and the communities then make sure say even the engagement then do them according to how the law say them for do them, then do them according to how the customary land rights say them for do them. In short, then get what you call free, prior and informed consent. When we say then for know what they can do, una discuss wetin how it will affect them, wetin are the consideration where you go offer them for let them give allow you for let you use the land. Now when the people then don't say okay with all wetin we don't discuss so freely from an informed point of view, from an informed position, they know all the get all the information. They say based on wetin we don't know so and all this discussion we freely they agree say yes like you come and can work now so. Now that commitment they carry it to we where they make we grant you the license. So we always they make sure say first of all the process of acquiring the land is consistent with the law and it is done in a manner that respects the rights of the people. That's now one. If you dey go work, you meet people and plants there, you get waiting and call crop compensation where you for pay them. All the one and then we can work with the Ministry of Agriculture, make sure say they do the assessment and make sure say you pay for them crops then. The community development agreement where the law say you forget with the people then. We again will they come into that one day, we make sure say we draw your attention to that and we make sure say we work with you and the community for see that una get that agreement dey, and we make sure say you continue for pay wetin you for pay, and you continue for work for develop dem communities in dey. If issues dem come up, if disagreements come up, we get a grievance redress mechanism wherein the people dem go report to we go call you and put the matter to you, we go get feedback from you, then we go call you and the people dem together, we can see how we go able for resolve the matter dem dey. If na thing we get for, if na compliance issue, we make sure say we comply with wetin something you no wan comply with, wey by law you suppose for comply with. If na misunderstanding, we make clarification dey. If na something wey for bring calm redress, we make sure say we do mediation. But at the end of the day, na for let we see that the company or the one day wey dey work for the company not trample on the rights of the people dem wey dem dey live with.
Nice. I believe, say, if I understand fine, you don't actually go into explaining back how the communities then the benefits from these mining companies, them operations, them locally, not so in?
Well, the benefit we will go into a more, because I listen to the opening clip them. Maybe when we come to benefit proper, we will touch on the one in this small. Then we go able for tell family them waiting are the things the way government don't put in place for make sure say the people then benefit from the mining where they take place.
You able to tell family them then?
Okay, as I say, I can like for talk in general terms across the country. But since we start with a clip now on a specific community, I will just touch on a small before I go into waiting government don't do. If I remember very well waiting at some of the points the way the concerns the way the people they raise, it get for do with provision of water, for example. Say as a result of the mining operation, about the water business, then they not get water for drink. It get for do with dust. It get for do with employment, medical, and other things. Then they want say they want go school and all them things. Then they. Now, what in the law say that this country? First of all, before you get a mining license, because most of them problems there, would they make sure say we either address them or we put system in place for address them even before you get the mining license. So before you get the mining license, I've been saying this no you for sure we say you don't get consent from landowners. Another thing what you supposed for do wetin and call an environmental, social and health impact assessment, for short dem call am the ISHIA.
Okay.
It means say you for assess this mining way at the can do so, how it go affect the community. Wetin go be the impact on the water, wetin go be the impact on the environment, wetin go be the impact on the food the way they go, how it go affect the people them, whose kind noise it go cause, whose kind dust it go cause, etc. All that one day are part of the issue.
Okay.
Now when you don't do that one day, they come up with wetin and call the environmental management plan. It means say na a plan way that na one of the things that we come up with. Okay. It means say na a plan way go show how you go manage the impact that also they get on the community. So for example, if you get for lead to dust, what you go do for suppress that dust day. If there is going to be air pollution, what you go do about that? If he get for cause noise, what you go do about that? All that one they get for the environmental management plan. You also get what they call the community development action plan. That one then a plan where they show how you go address the impact where they get on the community. So for example, like the post where they talk about well, if you environmental impact assessment study don't show say this your operation, it get for unbog the water outside the people and they drink. Say something for example, as a result of where they mining the byproduct to go into the water, it go contaminate them. Part of you see that go be how you go provide alternative sources of water for them people then they. So all the things then they inside then two plan then the environmental management plan and the community development action plan. That one day with the monitor them with EPA. So if you look at some of the things the way the people they don't talk, and by the way all the things they share under EPA that one did it. So they submit all that one did to EPA, and EPA get the primary responsibility for monitor the one in the. But because it get to do with mining, and we also they regulate them, we self can come in, and where there are issues we can alert EPA on the one in the. So if you look like issue of the dust way talk, the water and all them things in the, it get for do with. I don't know if, because it's not too clear, is it that generally they not get water because we all know say across Salone we get water problem, or is it that then we get water but na as a result of the operations of the company mean say now they not get water again. So in other words, the water issue wey dem get, is it part of the general water problem wey they get, or is it a direct result of the company in operation? We get for look into that one day. But if na a direct operation of the company, if the result of the company in operation, we go get for engage, we look at the wetin may be the impact assessment wey dem submit, and whose alternative dem go come with. If they don't do am, if they not do it, we push them for do am. So these are some of the issues there where we dey get certain communities, and they, because again, sometimes we get for be careful. I mean, of course, when many companies and they come, then they embark. I mean, it get for do with one or two things we go embark community people in. Now, make government they put mechanisms there in place. But we all know say we get a lot of problems right across the world, not to just Salone. So sometimes it can be difficult for draw the line, waiting as a result of the company in operation, or waiting a part of the general problems that we get. And who's are we for all company responsible, and who's are we for just see if we were able for cajole and work with them for help we. You take employment for example. We all know say we get unemployment problem, not just in Salone, but other parts in the world. Mining company not go able for employ everybody. Then go do their best. Then get limited number of people them where they want for employ. And also, sometimes even when the employment available, if you not get the skill set where they look for, you not get the qualification where they look for, it can be an issue. Again, that is something they work with the Ministry of Labour and the Ministry of and the local content monitoring agency for see that where there are issues where sometimes jobs and the way Sierra Leonean and qualify for, they no one give them the issues they will can take up with the company. Right. But if you go to them community, then they, no matter how many people then the company employ, there will still be people who are unemployed.
Alright, family, if you just they join we they talk about how mining companies them they actually benefit the mining communities and within they operate. It's not the challenges them within they face, and whether or not actually they implement them corporate social responsibility them. If you want to contribute, the phone line open now. The number for call now 072 641 729 072 641 729. And make we come to you, Madam Esther Finda Kande. So tell me small about our organization and what you do.
Yeah, we organization named Women on Mining and Extractive. We established this organization because for a very long time mining not go on a Sierra Leone, but the voices of women they really be missing. And even the woman they believe say, you know, if for talk about mining, now only man them for talk about them. So we come in for, you know, narrow that bridge, and for tell women they say we get it right for talk about mining, for contribute, you know, in policy development, also monitor and also raise issue where necessary. Because when you look at the community, when mining they go on, what are more they affected? Now woman, now when people they talk about water in the community, you don't ever see man talk to water. You know, now woman they talk to water. When the land is polluted, land no they produce much. What do they think about food? Now woman. So we think and fit say for let we begin for talk to we come people woman, let we all come together and see how we say we add voice to mining business in Sierra Leone. So it's not just about men but also women for talk about them, because we are equally impacted, or you know, in terms of job, women are also supposed to get job. So all of that. So this is why we formed this organization. And I think for the past 8-9 years we don't do that effectively in a different community. Even the low south we talk about the work day, all of the issue where they talk about, so we don't do documentary, we get them. So we dey work effectively for making sure say we say add the value, and also make sure say we raise issue, let the people there, the authority they know how we dey feel as woman there when money dey go on, how woman dey feel, what are the different challenges, because no matter how you look at the way the impact man is sometimes different from the woman there, because we more care about most of them domestic thing and wetin dey happen, how food dey, and so on and so forth. But also we no just one for left dey, we also form this organ for let the authority dey know say we sef get a part to play when dem say decision making, when it come to mining. We want for see more woman dey, woman dem sef for add a voice, woman for dey na dem committee dem dey, woman dem for benefit from mining activities wey dey go on as alone.
Right, so you mentioned most of the time where people in the mining sector, then they think of an industry where man and they dominate more. Waiting you feel saying are the challenges then we actually they hinder woman participation from the ground level up to leadership positions inside the mining sector.
In the first place, we for not see we get different forms of mining in Sierra Leone. We get artisanal, we get small scale, and we get large scale. And if you go to the artisanal mining sector, you find out you get a lot of women in it because in a unskilled labor, and also they use them because now the labor cheap, so we get a lot of women. So also in the industry now we get a lot of women in it. So if you say woman in no day, well that was in the past, but now we get woman in it. And also because that skill gap woman dey get am, but you don't see that the University of Mine Geology, we see a lot of young girls the way we dey work with some of them. I mean, we dey encourage them for let them continue their studies, and we dey see a lot of women they come up now, a lot of young ladies they come up now for let them study mining and let them study geology, which all things interconnected. So women they also a lot of the artisanal mining sector, a lot of them, because like I say na cheap and for communities and involve that kind of technicality. You just need to get shovel and so on, and you dig and you get whatever you look for. So women they really did.
Okay, so basically, waiting on some of the things and you able to tell family and waiting on some of the things that one organization don't do for ensure say more and more women are actually included inside the mining sector, like then they participate heavily, even outside the artisan skill craft we call.
Yes, one of the things is decision making, because it's very critical for you. Sometimes if you know they at the table without the shape, it's difficult for let you get your own portion. So we dey try to promote that, even the CDC get woman them na them committee them, the other committees wey dey form one woman dem for let them really dey na them committee them, and also let them understand how mining they operate, because when they talk about mining, law dem plenty inside mining. Like when Mr. Sadi talk about environment, you get your own law, e dey na separate. You come to the ministry itself, how they operate, the enemy, how they operate, all of them, plenty law than they learn. Now we don't get a very progressive law where, really allow women for make their own land and so on in the community. So these are all laws where the women for familiar themselves with. And if we don't go down to the difficult, so we don't do a lot for make sure say let women they understand what they get right. As long as you're a Sierra Leonean, whether you're a man or woman, you're not a Sierra Leonean for raise issue. When you know say not convenient for you, when you know say things in the way, they need to go right. You get right for raise an issue. You get right for talk about money. It's not a man, not a society for man. Yeah. So these are the confidence they give woman. They save need for them at this space, and when they're at the space, take full how do you call them? Advantage of that time the way you did it for make you make an impact, not only for you but for other women there. So we don't do quite a lot. We don't do a lot of studies, a lot of training. We don't do form groups then. Every artisanal miners, we don't form different groups and for let them form themselves into cooperatives, because they say they get the unique problem within the face in the mining sector. So These are some of the work they would do.
All right, now we come to you, Mr. Kamara. Before we delve into the actual nitty-gritty of the benefits and challenges, we all know say environmental degradation are something where they affect most communities, them outside and inside Sierra Leone. Companies then they come, then go carry out the mining practice in this community with no thought whatsoever of how then they impact the land itself, the community itself, and 10, 15, 20, or even 100 years down the line, how that community get for the way them go down for mine day. And you been mentioned environmental management plan. So you're able to tell Fambul them how una as an institution they ensure say regardless of the work where them mining companies then they do, them actually able utilize them able for utilize sustainable mining practice system. We not go left the community in a very bad state after them go down their mining activity then they.
Yeah, well, first of all, when it comes to mining, I think one thing you get for understand, like boku other things then alive. Now waiting and call you go do say the cost benefit analysis.
Okay.
Because anyhow you look at mining gets in your own negative side. One of them are the environmental problems that we create. But again, it gets in benefit. So at the end of the day, the first thing you get for weigh the benefit against the negative effect. And if you think say the benefit outweigh the negative effect and you go get away from manage the negative effect, then you can go ahead for mine. So that the first thing that they do when it comes to mining, I make they do the environmental impact assessment. Because you get some way how you go want for do your mining, then we'll say this would they benefit to, but we'll think say that kind of benefit still let it pass away. So now the first thing that one day we make you do the environmental impact assessment. Now having done that, like I say, you get the environmental management plan. Once you get for accept, any side way they don't mind, it not go day back, it not go able go back like how it been day before they can mine. Anyhow it be, it must get difference. Then they will get for accept them. But at the end of the day, not just mine you left and show. Put them in a state where it will be useful for the people them. Where at some point they will able to go back and begin get some form of livelihood that them places standing. A typical example I can give to people them, if you take like the case of roadside. The side where they don't mind, some side and they now water they left there. But again, what thing they do now for encourage people them and then one and then a project say we ongoing where I believe say some of themselves don't reach certain level. Now for see how they go able for turn them things then they to fish and do fish farming for example. So before the mining you be there for agriculture, now that land they know they in a way you go able to do agriculture, they maybe you able to get your fish farm at the same form of livelihood. People only push, we see Ministry of Tourism, they push now for some kind, I will encourage even domestic tourism. Some of them places, then they, if you go there, if you look, people, just like how people they come on and so go na number 2, go na beach, etc. Some of them places, and they, even the surrounding, a very, very much serene in such a manner that if somebody go there, that kind of atmosphere that you want for the go there all the time. So these are all the way you they able for translate back also you been done work to other thing. But how will they do for make sure say company not just mine and left and so. Now waiting the EPA they push for that then the EPA more go explain that one day. Me go able for talk small because as somebody working with the agency where they regulate mining companies them in all aspects. We they work with other sister agencies then. But EPA go able to talk more on that. But then get what they call progressive like reclamation. It means say now they not they wait let you done you mining before they can reclaim the place. Or rehabilitate the place. If now you get this entire say this table loading now you concession, if you don't mind this part, progressive rehabilitation they say as you can for can mine here where you know the mine here so again, reclaim here or rehabilitate here. Make sure say yaso don come to use. So you no go yet, we wan see wetin you dey do na yaso before you dey continue, why you dey continue yanda. If that's not dey happen, we no dey wait till you fuel all the area. EPA go come in and take necessary action. That's na one. Two, now we get wetin dem call a bond or a bank guarantee. Wetin immediate how that dey work, like I say, EPA go explain more detail on that one day. But how that dey work, the EPA team dey come based on the work program wey you bin don submit. Dem go look at your work program and say this work wey you dey carry work so, with the kind damage wey we think say go be to the environment based on this work, we think for rehabilitate am, e go cost X amount of money. So now you forgive a bank guarantee, you forgive a bond. You no dey pay the money right now, but bank for the wey go say usa you dey keep money, this person here get this amount of money now, and me dey give the guarantee say if e go, e left that place dey, so we go pay the money for rehabilitate am. I think listeners dey wey know how bond dey work or bank guarantee dey work go understand more. Na just something like the way that assurance wey the bank go give say this person get sufficient money na so for cover the cost of rehabilitation if e no dey, and I go make sure say I hold this money until I get word from una, because me don give me words now say if e go, e left am, una come meet me, me go give una that money dey. So I go always make sure say I hold that amount of money dey na in account, wey if e go, you know, e left am, I go able for do am.
Alright,
So
if you listen, we still discuss on the mining companies them and waiting at the operations within they do, how it they benefits the communities them when they carry out their operation in. The number for call if you want to contribute or add to waiting they happen at the studio now 072 641 729 072 641 729. Alright, let me come to you, Madam Executive Director. Now, waiting are some of the things that we want organization they do for advance that idea say women they not for be prevented from actually gaining high opportunities them inside decision making processes them and various sectors them inside the mining industry. I mean, we get waiting and call the glass ceiling where they make women them not they able to reach certain positions where they want for reach. When I don't ever try for push initiatives them for shorter than they.
Yeah, thank you very much. Well, when I talk about decision making structures when it comes to mining, for instance, we get the now the ministry, we get the board, we now the big one. After that, we come now the community, you know, we get the different structure there. So for me, I don't really see anything where they prevent women them from, you know, attaining their position, because no community know the way don't get woman way land book if na book what they look for. Yeah, no one know the most of the communities and now we get universities and so on. Of course, like the board way na free to you get a lot of women the way now with the highly educated and so on. I think it's not just a system, you know, way system where they don't used to say woman they not be there. So for get that changes, it's difficult. It just feel say this, you know, now for man and woman when they not for dinner, so it's difficult. So but I think say a lot of progress on the make. We don't make a lot of progress in that, though, you know, reach with one time now the giveaway as we talked about 30%, you know, so now that's one with the, you know, we expect for all decision making platform, let them get up to 30% of women they within the now then decision making structures in it.
Alright, we they come to them, they hold on quick, we don't go with first caller. Hello caller, your name and who side they call from?
Yeah, my name Kelly, I call from Juba.
Okay, Mr. Kelly.
Yeah, one thing what I want to try for us, maybe for small road and bonnery, tell you say salon we get beaucoup mineral, we get this, we get that. But now, you know, they see, them thing they know, we they talk say we get this, we get this. When the young man there will still the suffer, me from one born up till now. For let government provide work, we then see them thing there will get it. We know the student thing then they will still young man they will suffer. Why? That will be. Yeah, I just want for a discussion here.
Okay. Thank you very much, Kola. I shall say Mr. Sati will take up that question there. We and Madam Kande done with him. They say, Madam Kande, you just mentioned, say, una the hope say government will continue in word for this 30% leadership quota. Interestingly, when you look inside across the mining farms, them across the top 10 mining farms, them now only 20 or less than 30% of the board them within they actually be made up of women. How is your organization? How want to push for make sure say them buying in quotas them and then incentive frameworks them with government non sets actually reflect the reality on ground?
We all work as civil society with advocate and we present to case. We not to implement us, but during reforms or laws, we came for put we on now this we want for be. Most of the times at the end of the day, what the government want to put now they put. I know they put it because now then they in charge. But another thing where we do like bringing the women together, conscientizing them. The young one they now we get a lot of young ladies. Then we get a platform we don't call a natural resource governance.
Okay.
Women Alliance for Natural Resource Governance, where we encourage students, all women, teachers, anybody, as long as you're a woman, for letting yourself understand, say, this sector belongs to all of us. Let we begin for conscientize yourself. Because the fact is, if we the woman themselves not ready, it will be difficult. But when we demand, and when they see the readiness, obviously we are going to, we're going to forget what we want. So we have to be ready. And I always talk, now one of these countries where I see, you hardly see women talk about money. You hardly see women they organ. If they artisan miners, they just want to go work for somebody and get small thing. But if you go places like Ghana, you see very strong women, educated, highly educated women. Then they together they talk about money. So we have to be ready. We get for come together as women for make we push for the right. Because sometimes right is not given on the platter of silver. I mean, you have to go for it. Especially when you come, one thing I will tell people, anything we say money day, man they don't want money day. That is just true. Because this man is
that's a stereotype.
This night,
agree?
That's what I'm telling you. I'm telling you, this mining sector, money day. So many things they happen there. Many a times they don't want woman for it. So we have to demand for it. We get for push for them. We get for stand for. We get for demand for them and be ready for take a bull by its own.
Okay, them get this survey where them carry out in 2022 by Gender and Extractives Alliance. It talks say all over the world, 65% of women them they face workplace harassment. Yet only 10% will they report them on a daily basis. We in our own line of work, how una they ensure say una institutionalize them, gender sensitive grievance them, or how una they make sure say the female workers them inside the mining sector get legal protection?
I think, like I say, we now the when they develop law, we did, raise the issue. This new law when we don't pass, I think one of the meetings I talk about that we need to forget gender law. Every mining company produce a gender policy. How you get for take care of the woman the way they work there, so that no we just they at the advantage of whoever wants them, but there should be a policy. I think the ministry they try for implement that because I don't agree. Even the ministry they don't get a gender desk. That has never happened. Now they don't get her. So, and the sad thing is most women when they work na big money company, then they prefer for associate with you one as civil society. That is just the truth.
Why?
Because they think say. When you be civil society, the advocates that they say you're a troublemaker, they feel say, you go influence them badly for their job and so on. But I always tell them, say, this is for your own interest. We know the work there. I'm not paying that kind of money that you're paying. We don't pay, they get money for waiting with the talk. So we continue for talk. But the thing is, the sector will really be work on seriously like the artisan and mining sector. Because they self get their own challenge when they face when they come to mining. Artisan and mining sector, now they get plenty of women there. They are not educated. Most of them they don't even know the cost of the winnings. Without they get the gold, the diamond, what they get, they don't sabi how for sell and save. You understand? And some of them don't get the resources for let them get their mining license and work for themselves. So most of the time they are the masses of the husband, of the brother then, of the other man when they take advantage of them. So we dey work closely with them, and one of the things we don dey advise them, form yourself into group, so that you get more security when you are together. Because we don't work with women when they don't go to bush for work with them other man there. They don't take advantage of them. And this like when you talk to, they need a reporter because it is shame. Let me give you an instance. There was one woman with the rape now one mining community now around Kenima area. 7 man they rape her. At that time we do a report to launch and that's in Kaba, Mr. Kaba and I'm the minister. And the woman became even return again. 7 man they rape her. So at the end of the day, we tell people and begin raise issue. Oh, 7 man don't rape her. So he get for run away from that place because he talk. So normally they need to talk. And we get woman who they work with when they don't rape, woman don't beat until he pull the teeth, in leg, if you waka. All they talk, just exaggerate. But these are things that are happening in the communities, and we get who they deal with them, counseling and support. They give them some support for let them do something alternative than they in that sector if they choose for. So there's a lot of issue, especially with the artisanal one, which really me heart can go for, because most of them do and they don't miss it because they want for do, but there is no alternative, no other thing on it. So woman they tell you say, this is what I know how to do. Now these are what they do throughout my life, and for crying out loud, they get the right for them at the space. So nobody knows to prevent it as long as they do it the right way. But the advantage is too much, And some man will tell you say, but when my wife don't begin working, don't they get money? Problem don't come, Either we say, when they married again, we don't get instance of that. So many problems. Yeah.
So on a general approach, before I come to Mr. Sati, from a general view, you don't say inside this game, you don't have the attack run the way they say. You feel say the activities of mining companies them don't do more bad, or then don't do more good to the woman them inside the local communities them?
Yeah.
Are they beneficial or the
let me say this. In fact, for me own small sense why I don't get part this mining. The only time we don't begin see, benefit now when this CDAF don't come.
Tell family everything.
Community Development Fund. Is that it?
The community development agreement.
Yes. Okay. Community development agreement. We get there's another one where inside 2009 when they talk about area community development fund. That the one I know they talk about her. But this one, a lot of money they come. This are the first time we see plenty more. In fact, they tell somebody that say, 2.something million dollars. You said in our community. How are you going to monitor that? We go for make sure we get tangible project there. So having said that, there's a lot of problem with that also. Yeah. The environment. Let me just take a case story of Lusa. Somebody talk about her, and I don't work with it. During this rain season, we don't work with it. In fact, what we can find out, the road, from Lusa to there's another community where inside the mine itself sit down. I don't know the community, I don't forget it name. That road they be cut off because of the mining activity. In more than 1 month, then people in a local boats like they build, like they cross road with. When they with Human Rights Commission, Human Rights Commission, so let them go see. The tension was so high, was so billion. People they call me because the woman they would not work with them. So anytime they get issue, then they call me. So these are environmental issue that place is so bad. In fact, that waste where they put that waste they need control them. Where rain can the waste they go now. People don't swamp there, they swamp there, they need them for work there again. So imagine if they even give that CDAF. How much you get for settle all the problem there? So the waste is not being properly managed. Environment is a very serious issue, very serious challenge that the community. So I would say, okay, then they give the money, but I'm telling you, majority they suffer. And let me tell you about this one. Now, one of the things that really bother me right now, most of the money when they go to the community, we tell you say, we don't build hall, the hall they rent out, we don't build this. What about the woman then? What about and if the woman then go ask for business, they will tell you say they go give 500. 500 to do what? Whose business? So I think that it's our time for them begin to think about that money, waiting for do for them benefit the people there. Because they also they rent, they proceed when they commodity. Go down at the gig, who side the back there, how now will further because it's the people's money.
All right, so let me take this caller quick. Hello, caller, your name and who side you call from?
Hello, good evening.
Yes, your name and who side you call from?
John, I come from Makini.
Okay, Mr. John, continue.
Yes, I really conflict and responsibility with from them mining companies that no we can get and then we say
Okay.
we know this guy is effective. We don't know because normally we can pay this the land surveillance or whatever to some very cheap there. We can do some very mining companies to Canada and community now. We don't know if I'm able to know we can not see the people and they even to know themselves within the mine ground. Not a thing so. Just people are coming out to the house. Not from along the mine ground. So we know the company they never return.
Okay, then corporate social responsibilities. All right, thank you very much. We don't take note of that question. And before I hand over to you, Mr. Sati, we also get a text now where I go and read out for Fambulem. He say, I'm so happy that we have a guest from NMA. He say, Mina Mohammed are they Freetown, but Akomolun, sir. He say, na me gone and they mine the diamond them, but they know they agree for develop the place. I want to know waiting at the future plans for we community because they not go they mine they no more. They know they do better for we. Thanks. So I think we have 3 different set of questions directed to the National Mineral to NMA. Which you answer to them questions there. One, they focus on the corporate social responsibility. 2, waiting a development plan the way them communities and they get for people them with the inside them communities them. Because interestingly, like where the iron ore deal been collapsed inside 2013-2014, many Sierra Leoneans been left with unfulfilled promises of they say that they make road for them and they make school for them. So in una mandates, how they enforce now say the license agreements them way governments they get with some of them companies them tackle all the issue here.
Okay, I think 2 of the callers them I go just summarize the concern relating to waiting at the benefit where communities then go get. The mining gets any benefits away the cow I don't see. But just like when the first caller been say, he say for most small, we don't dey but all the minerals there, so we get gold, we get diamond, we get rutile, we get bauxite. That's true. And I also true say even in addition to the minerals they will be done the but we dey see say we get other minerals there wey sometimes we not be don't know before more they add. But I go get for say this, the minerals them na the country, not to them manage themselves. Na people then they manage them. Na people then they pull them. Companies then they come then pull them. The money where they come out they na people then they pay and to. Na government they go to. So the mineral not they manage himself. Na people then they manage them. Wetin don happen over the years, it be such that we not been get, I go say, the right systems there in place or the right policies there in place for make sure say we fully realize the benefit from the minerals then dey. In fact, it reach a point where we so manage the minerals there so badly that if you go back to where they say the root causes of the war, they may identify the mismanagement of mineral wealth as one of the causes them of the war. We also see, even during the war, we see say instead of the minerals they are so benefit we, they use them against we, then fear the conflict. That they then take go buy gun for can kill people. Then they then take sell and go buy gun for can kill people then. But since after the war, I will say we don't do a lot for make sure say we begin realize benefits from the minerals they are so. Them benefits also they come in different ways. You get what they call royalty where they pay to government. You get other tax system where they pay to government. na dem money dem dey government dey use for run the country. So yes, dem no go take money can give say the diamond wey dem sell dem dey there or the gold wey dem sell na the proceed this na you own this hold am 2,000 or 3,000. No, dem no go do that day. But if you see you dey go lay down and net, you wake na morning, nothing no happen, there is security. Na from there mineral well dem dey government dey take provide security. Na from there money dem dey government dey take pay workman dem wey dey work for government, so you go get the services there wey you need.
Okay.
That's not the way they come indirectly through government. But government also may put systems there in place. Like I said, a lot of developments they don't take place. Now, what thing government don't do, they don't put systems there in place where direct benefits they go to communities then. Yes, you know they go to individual, but they go to communities then. We get what to call the Diamond Area Community Development Fund. It not been there before. In summary, because time don't they catch you, what this mean? It means say all outside artisanal mining they take place. Where they sell the diamond, that money they pay to government. Where they say the export value, where they pay to government, government they pull percentage of them. It give for make them can go back na them community them. Outside them pull them diamond in there. Outside them give license for buying them diamond in there. So they go use them for implement development project in them communities in there. But like I say, now people they manage their money in there.
Okay.
So wetin we the citizens them for do, we na the NMA, we dey pay them money then they publicly. We dey alert the people them to when they make them payment in there. Now for let them hold them leaders them accountable, let them make sure say they use their money then they for the development purpose of them community then they. That's not just one.
All right.
You also get the community development agreement. I know say we dey run per time, not just summarize them all. Again, a percentage of what they sell the mineral for, then they send them back to the community for let them promote development. We see last year they pay 40 million loans, 40 million loans where now all the old money now been billion loans 10 and they now community. We see them go to another community, they pay 53 million where at that time they use the old money now 53 billion. Then quite recently we see the president go back to another community and go give a total of $3.75 million. And that community, the way if you change them, now almost or over 100 billion loans now in go so that community, the over 100 billion loans go to them community. Then they. Next week, we dey go to another community we go pay money we even pass that one day. So all the money they also that money the way they go for develop the community directly. But as my sister and I also say, amen. How them community then they go manage them money then they for make sure so they use them for the right thing. That's not the big question, and that's not the question where government they work on now. As I talk so, the Ministry of the Planning and Economic Development, the Ministry of Mines and Mineral Resources, and the Ministry of Local Government don't come together for put system in place for make sure say they manage their money then they well.
All right. So quick one before we round off. We not a radio station where we they come and discuss problems them no more. We also want to let the people them where they provide their expertise, provide recommendations them to government or to anybody where they listen on how to solve some of them problems here. Continuing with you and quick one in a brief synopsis. Waiting you feel say now one thing where government for do or where Sierra Leone need for do for make sure say mining money to really reach that ordinary Sierra Leonean and benefit them in the right way.
Well, one now for make sure say and we they can't do that now we review we lost them and make sure say we get better laws them. We get good laws them already but we make them better for benefit the people them and we serve with the citizens them because now the money they come, then they take them to communities. But therefore, make sure say we come on board, we monitor with leaders, then we work with them and see that their money then the way they can give it so we use them for the right means and let we benefit so that at the end of the day, the one the way they come, go know say this might know they take place and it make we get these developments and this chiefdom.
Okay, and quick one to you, Madam Sati. Madam Finda. Waiting you feel say. Waiting you feel saying that the right approach we government need for take for make sure say the mining sector is inclusive and women are not just there to participate but actually get leadership wisdom away from what we already see.
One of the things way for me is the topmost sincerity. Let's be sincere as Alunians. Yeah, they go to talk about their money then when they send out their community. Who that they need their community? Is it because Asabi, John Sabi this now they come together? A lot of people when they get the expertise, people when they get the community at heart. So we have to be sincere with all of that. And how these projects will be put, how these projects, how they identify them projects, and we need for understand say, oh man, they also in another place. They get need, they get felt need. Consult them, ask them, they know what they want. So we have to be sincere in this country because a lot of things don't go wrong, especially in the extractive sector. Let us be sincere and put the right people at the right place. And let us identify projects when are the first need of the people. Most of them projects when they don't go identify, if they really come down to the woman, they go to the market woman, they go to the real woman, they will tell you say, not to this we want. Now this we want. We don't need to get 3, 4, 5 halls for do it. Where other halls than they because you just want to use and which side they got other proceed other money they can and that money where they can which side you go. All of these questions we they ask, so let's be sincere for once in Sierra let we treat ourselves like say we are all brothers. Better person because you didn't at this position today. Tomorrow other person get for day. You understand? But let's treat everything transparently and let we be accountable.
And lastly, also to you, mining companies and they build clinic, then they build schools, them. But the women them within their communities, yeah, they still struggle for afford medicine. Them picking are not able for going to school. If you go able make one recommendation, or if you can make mining company then guarantee one thing we go directly improve the life of women them. Now them mining communities waiting at that recommendation or waiting at that thing where you feel say them for improve.
I'm not going for people because community diverse with diverse needs. Yeah, the only thing they engage the women. They know what they want. Yeah, not go build market. Say because women in a market they go. Maybe not to market they want. Maybe in a money they want form themselves to group for let them do business. Yeah, maybe not for improve the health sector. Because we know say the health sector of Ghana a very big challenge, even with the one within our city, it's a very huge challenge. So all of these things, engage the people and let them tell you what they want. The particular community get a particular need and they will tell you.
Alright, family, if you've been there with me today we've been trying to look at the activities that we mining companies and they do in our local communities them in Sierra Leone. I mean, it's literally for observe the mining week we currently all they observe, and it's the idea see them not for the normal for with the harness and for the extract the natural resource system we Sierra Leone gets for waiting inside with local communities. We for make sure much like them other countries them we don't benefit from mining. We for make sure say the communities them where they host them mining practices then self they enjoy or then they benefit. If they're not currently they benefit, what are the challenges them where they make them not the benefits and how we be able to improve or harness the corporate social responsibility where citizens them where then companies then get sorry towards the citizens and to the local communities. I've been get 2 wonderful guests them with me at the studio today. One they come up from a civil society perspective and another one they come out from a government perspective. And me we bring the program to Una. My name na Bimba Kamara. So till next week, True Talk. Get the facts. Get True Talk.
This week on We Economy at Tutak Radio 98.5 FM, we present Mining and Mining Communities, Benefits, Challenges and Corporate Responsibilities as we feature Ibrahim Sati Kamara, Director of Communication and Community Affairs for National Mineral Agency, Esther Finda Kande, ED Women on Mining and Extractive, airing live on Tutak Radio 98.5 FM, on All Out Radio 92.9 FM, Amza Radio 96.9 FM, and Top Radio 103.7 FM. Don't forget to be part of this discussion on Sunday at 7 p.m. to talk, get the facts.